one-on-one encounter. If you don't have an encounter with God, you will settle for entertainment. That's what I just heard. If you don't have an encounter with God, you will settle for entertainment. So you'll start substituting it with the conferences, and seminars, and schools of training. You try to outgrow and outdo everybody. You'll get the best singers, the best musicians, the best, all that stuff. Because you're searching and you're looking and you're just one service away. And yeah, that's true. But that's the inception. All of us are one service away from an encounter, but that's the inception. That's only the deposit. The consummation is going to come in the closet. But you're going to come out of that closet, you're going to come out of that encounter with God, and everybody going to say, what the word? Girl, you glowing. I'm carrying something holy. Amen. And let me tell you something with your deep self. Let me help out the deep folks. You deciding on when you grew up is not the true test. Come on. And while you are walking around and shooting down, character assassinating folks, family and friends, and you thinking that you're great because you got this spiritual acumen, because you got a few scriptures under your belt, or you can quote a few things, or you out there in that bad world called Facebook. And it's a bad word. Thank God for it at times. But anyhow, you're out there and you're doing a false measure. But the true test is going to be those that are around you. Those who are close to you. Well, my wife tell me, man, you preached today. Girl, I did it. She tell me I did it. Oh, I did it. I don't need nobody else to tell me. She said, that was a good message. I'm going to go home and I'm going to listen to it. I need to hear that again. Well, when she do that, something instead of, I'm like, ooh, whoa. I thank God for everybody else to enjoy it, but when she says it, because she's with me privately. See, y'all honoring the gift. She's honoring the man. And I'm more interested in the person than I'm in the gift. Because if I put you in the right position, if you get in the right environment, the right situation, the right temptation, that gift will leave you. You ain't thinking about being gifted. Woohoo! Let me go ahead. You ain't thinking about the gift. But if that man get built, that woman get built, in season and out of season, you never got to worry about, I don't know why I'm going this way, because I'm not in my nose, but I just feel like the Spirit of God just want to say some things. Because ministry is so misunderstood. I got a friend of mine going to be with us. I ain't going to tell you his name. We're going to have to church meeting. I'll probably let the name out, but he's a good friend of mine. You see me posting a lot of his thoughts on Facebook. That dude is bad, and I love that brother. And we talk quite a bit. That's one of the things we talk about, because he's been around a little longer than me. He's been in more circles than I've been. And that's what drew him to me. He said, man, he asked me, he said, wow. He wanted to know who I knew and who I was connected to. I said, nah. And I told him who my, progenitor was. There was Pastor Tim. He said, so he checked him out. He said, man, he said, you guys got something going on that we need to hear, that the body needs to hear. Because I can tell in your sincerity and your writing that you understand Christ. I said, yeah, I do. I don't apologize for that. I understand that it's not just ministry. That's a small figment of who he is. So I done prophesied to hundreds. I done cast devils out of hundreds. I done laid hands. I done seen measures of the healing. But I don't get caught up in that. And I don't want a house to have a house that get caught up in. We desire ministry because ministry is used to bring change. If you're going to be an advocate of change, you need ministry. And not just rhetoric. But don't lose him who is more important than the ministry itself. Okay, we're going to move along. But I say that because we can't use this, the statements in 4 through 6. We use that in Pentecostalism and charismatic circles. Because we're still trying to figure out the sin, the reason why the nation is the condition it is. And I believe it's 50-50. I mean, I understand that there is wages and things like that, but I believe that we suffer from ignorance. The world suffers from ignorance, and the church suffers from immaturity. I believe that's the problem, not necessarily the acts that's taking place in the church and the acts that are taking place in the world. I believe it's the ignorance because we're immature, so we're telling them a childish message, and we present an incorrect picture of who he is. Therefore, that's why they're ignorant, and therefore, that's why we're immature. 7.
Since the days of our fathers have we been.
Hey, don't even worry about it, brother. When I read this, I was like, now, if that wasn't Ebonics, go ahead.
Have we been in a great trespass unto this day, and for our iniquities have we, our kings and our priests, been delivered into the hand of the kings of the land.
Now, he talked about the kings of the land because you'll find out that even though it's talking about Judah, the land of Judah, even the northern kingdom always found themselves at the kings of the hand, at the hands of the kings of the land. Syria, 722, northern kingdom, which is Israel, they went into bondage, and then you have, of course, the southern kingdom went into bondage. I think it was 586. So you have these two nations, but you can see if you go through 1 Kings and 2 Kings, you'll see over and over kings being rose up against them from Ethiopia, from Assyria, because God told them under the Moses system, if you do this, this is what's going to happen. And he said, I will raise up nations to chastise you. Amen? So historically, that's true. But we already know there's two sides to every story in this house. So prophetically, I believe, and what I call ecclesiastically, when we make it 21st century, we're dealing with the church as it is, I believe we have kings in the pulpit. I believe we have priests in the pulpit. I believe we have things that we've allowed to transpire that have desecrated the temple. Huh? And we know what happened. It says that to the who? Sword, to captivity, a spoil, and confusion of face as it is this day. I can just talk on all that. The sword is the word. How many know the word has been damaged? How many know some of the churches don't even have a two-edged sword? They got a one-edged sword. Just cut. And you leave a blood trail leaving out of the church. And then you got captivity. And the captivity that he took captivity. The captivity that we are faced with is the law of sin and death. Tell your neighbor, you get free. Yeah, the law of sin and death. Then it says there's a spoil. We were a spoil once. Tell your neighbor, we're not spoiled no more. Please understand that. I know y'all look bored. You're not going into the enemy's camp. Come on. Taking back what he stole from you. Jesus went into the camp. You're not that bad. Jesus went into the camp. Ephesians 4. He that ascended first descended. Right? And when he descended, he went down and proclaimed to the priests, as 1 Peter said,